Dude, my cat keeps touching the keyboard. I don't know why Mikas is doing this. I'm just hoping she doesn't press up. Don't eat it. What are you doing? Don't eat it.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
You better not stop this recording. Can you stop eating the keyboard? You're gonna hurt yourself. All right, guys. So we're taking a look at Nikola Topic. Everybody has wanted me to go over him for months. I don't think this will be a long video by any means. I mean, I have some pros and I have some cons, and not much has changed since the last time we took a look at Nikola Topic. So I'm just gonna breeze through this. All right, let's start with the stats, and then I'll tell you my overall pros and cons, and then after that we'll take a look at what NBA Scouting Live has to say about Nikola Topic. No eating that. No, bad kitty. All right, so statistics. He can shoot the ball. Okay, he can not shoot the ball. I'm sorry. He can score the ball. So we can see here with Mega. Hopefully, I'm saying it right. I hope it's not like something weird like Mega. I don't know. But he had 18.4 points over the course of 12 games. You might say, "Oh my goodness, 3.2 turnovers. That's not great." But contextually, the ball is in his hands like 100,000% of the time. So that is nothing. That's not that bad. Also, as far as assists, 7.1 assists. At that point, he can find the open man, obviously. And then as far as that 6'6", I didn't mention that. I don't think I mentioned that he's 6'6". He does utilize it fairly well. You can see here he averaged around 4 rebounds there over the course of those 12 games. And also, as far as three-point shooting, that's one cause for concern for sure. It's under 30%. He is not a shooter by any means, but you can look at his free throw percentage and see that he does have touch, and that could be something that he can build upon, and he can have more of an outside shot. Now, let me go ahead and just dive straight into the pros and then go into the cons, okay? I think that he is a phenomenal pick and roll player, okay? He is a pick and roll maestro. As I said before, the ball is in his hands all of the time, and he does a really great job of being patient. He does a really good job of finding the open man. And as far as his passing ability, he has every single thing you can think of in his bag, okay? He has skip passes, bounce passes, everything that you can think of, he has it. So if someone's looking for a pure point guard, he is it. Like, without a doubt. As far as this draft, he's the best passer. I don't think that many people could argue or would argue with that. So pick and roll maestro, great passer. There's that. As far as scoring, like I said, he can score the ball, but it is definitely downhill. It's not a lot of creativity. There's not a lot of in-between game, nothing of that sort. He finishes. But with that being said, he does have a great first step. He has a great last step, and he can go either left or right. I would not be surprised by any means if it came out that he was ambidextrous. Okay, I would not be shocked by any means. So those are my pros. Okay, those are basically all the pros I have. Which those are great pros, but those are all the pros I have. Now going into cons, I'm really worried. Okay, and the reason why I'm worried is because he's not super athletic. So when I said that he can score at the basket, a lot of the scoring that I've seen, it is not gonna fly in the NBA. I'm a little afraid of the fact that even though he has a really great first step, and a good last step, and he can change pace pretty well, that downhill, straight to the basket, I just don't think that that'll pan out in the NBA. I think that a lot of players are going to be able to defend him if he doesn't add an in-between game. Okay, he needs an in-between game. That would help him so much, or a three-point shot. Now, while we looked at the free throw percentage and where he does shoot free throws fairly well, I'm still a little hesitant when it comes to his jump shot, because it just seems a little off. The mechanics just seem a little off there. But though that's something that I'm really worried about just overall. And with the ball being in his hands so often, this is not necessarily a fault of his. But I do wonder how well will he play if the ball isn't in his hands? Like, how well of an off-ball player is he? Didn't really get a chance to see a lot of that because he is controlling the offense continuously. Now, people that have made comparisons to Luka Doncic, I think that's a little disrespectful to Luka. Like, actually, a lot disrespectful to Luka. So there's that. I'm just not really sold on a lot of parts to his game. The fact that he doesn't have a lot of bounce, or in it, you don't have to have a lot of bounce, but at least a little bit more creativity when it comes to scoring. A lot of it is downhill, and I think in the NBA that can become pretty predictable, and he will struggle against some of those more athletic, not only big man, but athletic guards. Now, also, another point of concern for me is defense. He is not a good defender by any means. Can't really stay in front of his guy. Gets lost defensively often, and that's just something that I'm just worried that, you know, we haven't really gotten to see what he's like when he's just in a team defensive mode, right? When he's just kind of fitting in as another guy on the team. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. My cat just like did this weird stretch, and I'm like, what are you getting ready to do? But yeah, so it's something that, I don't know, that last sentence or couple sentences I said made no sense. I'm so sorry. But he just, I think I'm just worried about what happens when the ball isn't in your hands and what can you bring to the team. And I'm just not 100% bought on the ball's in your hands 100% of the time, or it has to be in your hands 100% of the time. Not saying that is 100% true or anything like that, but with his lack of 3-point shooting and all of that, and lack of in-between game, and it just worries me. And I know that some people will say, well, you like Stephon Castle, right? Like, what about Stephon Castle? Like, he doesn't have a lot of shooting in his bag, right? But he's a player that I feel like fits within a team dynamic. He can either go on ball or off ball, and a lot of his shortcomings he make up for with utilizing his frame on the defensive end. I think I would be a little bit more sold on Nikola Topic if there was more that I've seen other than pick and roll downhill drives. That's just worries me. Now, great passing ability, like I said, he can find the open man, very quick, quick at finding the open man, I mean, and he has so much in his bag as far as passing, but it's just not much else, and that worries me a little bit. But anyways, so let's take a look at the pros and cons here and see what they have to say. So NBA scouting live here, 6'6". I've seen some people say 6'5", but he's definitely 6'6", yeah. As we can see here, weight 200 pounds, projected 8. I've seen some mock drafts where he's pretty high, like way higher than that. But yes, he pros, crafty scorer off the dribble. Sure. Decent shooter. Good playmaker. That's an understatement. Nah, good playmaker's an understatement. I would say great playmaker. Adequate defender? I don't think so. I think he's a bad defender. Solid athlete? Sure. Cons: inconsistent outside shooter. Can play too wildly on offense. Well, the ball is in his hands all the time. Like, can tend to over dribble. Yes. Which can lead to turnovers. But the ball is also in his hands all the time. Can struggle to guard quicker players. Yes. So that kind of comes into that defense. It's pretty bad to me. But anyways, Nikola Topic is an agile, skilled point forward that can shoot and pass the basketball. He is a very skilled playmaker that can rack up assists, and he also can make solid plays on both ends of the floor. Currently, he projects to be a late lottery to mid first round. When did they update this? Oh, okay, this is a whole month ago. Let's see what a mock draft has him right now. Mock draft, Nikola Topic. We can use this one, whatever. This NBA draft room has him at 1. Sheesh. And they got Rob Dillingham at 2. Where do they have Modest Buzelis? What the heck? What is this? Do they? Wait. Oh, this is point guard rate. Okay. Good God. I'm like, what am I looking at? Okay. No, that doesn't. Who cares about that? Hold on. I'm like, what the heck? All right, here we go. I like hoops hype. All right, where do they have him? They have him at 3. See, I thought he was pretty high right now. And then they got Modest Buzelis at 4. Cody Williams at 5. We still got to go over him. Rob Dilly at 6. Jacoby Walter. Okay. All right. Reed Shepard. Okay. All right. Anyways, yeah, those are just my overall thoughts. You know, don't be too mad at me. I'm sorry. I'm just not 100% bought into Nikola, but you know, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong, and it's not like I'm the end all be all of all of this. Like, you know, obviously I'm just a casual viewer, just giving you my thoughts on them. But I'm not that sold. Anyways, get with you guys later. Till next time. Bye.